Hello there. This is a talk and eat because I'm eating my yogurt with pecans and honey. And this yogurt I made myself with this bacteria called Lactobacillus rhodoroi. And I heard that it's this bacteria that gets killed with antibiotics and it lives in your stomach acid. And if you lose it, apparently you don't sleep as well. And I have been noticing that I actually sleep through the night more soundly. I've been like getting a lot more sleep. So I've been taking this pretty regularly for the past 2 weeks now. It's delicious. Just a little recap of things been going on. I just got off of a 4-day fast, and this is my third day of refeeding. And so I'm kind of back to regular-ish diet. I'm eating like sauerkraut and eggs and deer sausage right now for breakfast, and I've been feeling fantastic. I've been doing really well. Even on the fast itself, day 4, I could have gone to day 5, but I had to go back to work. And so I went to Oregon on my vacation, and then I was just really out of it, actually. I was really tired and didn't know what to do. And so I just took basically 4 days to piddle around, do like some small stuff, get some finances in order because my finances have been super chaotic, and praying about that. And the Lord started providing. So doing some stuff with a tree service. I'm getting paid a lot more for that now. Because basically I'm running the business while Ben goes off and does something else. He's going on vacation, so basically I'm going to be doing all the jobs, and we've worked out him getting 15%, and I'll be getting 85%, and all I have to do is just pretty much run things how I would run them. So that's pretty exciting. And that reset with the fast, I felt a lot of inflammation go down in my body, just like more clear-headed, better mood, like way better mood, and got me worked around because I was in a spiritual funk for a little bit. And so I haven't been as on my stuff as I need to be. And I don't think my Oregon trip necessarily helped because I was eating like crap on it. And when I eat like crap, that usually bombs my mood in the long run, which makes me sad. And you know, those dopamine hits that you're wiring yourself on yummy foods while you're traveling and whatnot. And then just the smaller things start to lose their zest. So yeah, the fast really helped reset things, and now I'm just eating very simply, and it's delicious. I mean like deer sausage and sauerkraut and eggs, and so that's pretty good. And then also my shakes I've been making, like I eat hemp hearts, cacao nibs, cacao powder, and then my yogurt. I'll put my yogurt in there too, and it's pretty good. And I got like this Life Garden, Nature Garden protein powder that's pretty solid. Yeah, trying to get my finances back in order. That's the thing. And as you can see, I've also started working on the jungle back here. There's a bunch of piles. I don't know if you can see them or not, but I cut down this crepe myrtle that's over there. I cut it down already last year, and it exploded back in the spring. And so I cut it down again, and I cut down the one over there, and one over there. And there was a tree that came out of nowhere that was like 9 feet tall that literally just exploded out of nowhere this spring. So I cut that down because I'm gonna have access to the stump grinder this week, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna grind those, and I'm gonna dig a trench to help with my irrigation because the water in here pools up because the backyard is higher than the back porch. So the water pools up here. It never gets to the door, but it always pools up in like a heavy rain, but it just stops right near the front, and then it drains out. My neighbor has a sunk pump that pumps out all the way to like halfway between our houses, and it pushes water back in here, so it hurts the drainage. But once it reaches a certain height, it drains off into the street, which is downhill. So I'm gonna fix some of these problems this week. Really excited with the work changes that are gonna be happening because I'll be making way more and be able to work less days. So that'll be great. I just have to do a lot more organization. I have like some landscaping jobs too that are coming up, so be doing that. Yeah, things are just going really well. I think I'll upload this tonight just as like a little update, what's going on. Went to church today. Went to church with Laura 2 weeks ago, and then last week at Oregon, went to Catholic Mass. and they refuse to give me communion because I don't believe the Eucharist is actually the body and blood of Christ. Like I do believe it's a symbol. Like it's the symbol of his body and blood. But to me, it's like Jesus wasn't breaking off a piece of his finger and telling his disciples to eat it. And all the verses I've looked at, like, it makes sense to read it as like, this is the bread representing his body. And even Jesus says, "This is my body. This is the bread which represents my body." And then take the cup represents my blood. I forget exactly the wording, but when I read it, that's pretty much what it was saying. So yeah, they denied me communion, and I talked to the priest afterwards because I talked to him before. I got a little bit in there, recorded our conversation, but he was like, "Yeah, what'd you think?" I was like, "Oh, I thought it was pretty lovely. It hurt my feelings a little bit that you didn't give me communion." And he's like, "Oh, well, you know why we did that? It's because you actually don't believe that it turns into real bone and blood." And it's really just kind of silly. They gave me the blessing of it without me actually receiving it. The blessing is when you go up there, you cross your arms, and then they bless you with whatever the blessing is. And it's like you receive the blessing of communion without actually taking communion. So it's like, okay, that's kind of funky. I don't see that in the Bible, but I guess the priest made that rule up, and they're all Jimmy with it. I've never used that saying before. It just seemed like it would jive. Yeah, so they did that, and yeah, there's this other thing about it too, that apparently if it does turn into real body and blood, that they have protocols for it to hold it very like sacred. That's the word I've been looking for always. I keep on saying like reverend or revere, but it's sacred. They hold it like really sacred, and then they put it off and they ship it off to a lab so it can be tested. But it's kind of funny because it's like, okay, well, if you believe that it's really turning into the body and blood every single time, then how come you're not shipping every single time? It's like, so is it not turning into the body and blood every single time, or is it? So to me, that's just really silly. And there might be some Catholics that watch this and like, but I mean, honestly, it's silly. Get over it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. A little bit of an update there. I'm trying to think what else is going on, but you know, it's just working. I got to get my finances back in order, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you very much for watching. May the Lord bless you. May you bless the Lord, and may He keep you. All right, bye.